Hi YouTube, it's Misty Phoenix for Manic Mondays at What's Crackin'. So, this week's topic is what I think about the use of fish in drag, and then something else. I'll have to look it up and pretend like I knew it all along. So, starting off, the whole fish in drag thing. Okay, here's my thing. Everybody thinks that I hate fish drag because of some issues that I've had and some things that I've said about a particular queen in the community, not calling anybody out. I don't hate fish drag. I think that my issue is I hate when girls use fish drag as an excuse to be lazy and try to act like doing fish is basically not caring about your drag. To me, just because you wear as little makeup as possible does not make you fish. I think that if you've got the facial structures to where you don't have to do as much of the work and have to wear as much makeup to look the part, then okay. My personal feeling is that drag is big. That's my personal preference, I should say. Is that drag is big. Big paint, big hair, big costumes. Go big as much as you can. In Cincinnati, it's a little harder. I feel like in Cincinnati, they don't appreciate it as much as they do in some other cities. Indianapolis, I love performing in Indianapolis because everything up there is big, and it just makes me smile. But I don't feel like, oh, I'm fish, going on stage in a little mini stretch dress that you bought at a store. That's not a costume. Now, for some people, it's their gig, it's whatever. That's on them. But personally, I feel like if you're using it as an excuse to be lazy, then that just shows your work ethic and your dedication to your craft. There are some queens who do the fish paint, who do the fish look with their face, and, who don't necessarily wear the giant hair. They look more like a real girl, and they still wear costumes. They still invest in their drag. They have good hair. They wear makeup, and that's my big thing is, fish is not putting on a little bit of a pink crease using your real brow and calling it a day. To me, that's just lazy. I know, Genevieve Van Hoor, for example, that is some real fish, bitch. And she will sit there and she will throw on just as much makeup as any of us. It's just the way she applies it. And it's blended for filth. And that bitch looks real. I don't care who you are. That bitch looks real. And she wears costumes. And, Alexandria Belterra wears costumes. And, Amaya Sexton, real fish, will clock a mug down and has costumes out the ass. So to me, I feel like the term fish is something that's just kind of thrown around for everyone. And I feel like the aspect of it is kind of used as a term to justify laziness in a lot of our community. But I feel like Amaya, Genevieve, Belterra, they set an example. Well, Genevieve used to, rest in peace. Rest in pieces. She sold off all of her drag. It's in pieces. But I feel like they set a good example of, yeah, they have the fish look down, but they still do drag. It's still big. It's still exciting. Whether they're dancing, whether they're standing, they've got flashy stuff. They invest and they work hard. And they don't use, oh, hey, I'm real fish as a way to sit around and do nothing. And the other part of our topic this week, this part, I'm going to have to light this for this. This next part royally pisses me off. What are my thoughts on new queens saying they will not work for free and demanding a certain booking fee? Darlings, look. I've been doing this for 2 years. Almost 2 years. And even now, at 2 years. You know, I'm lucky enough that what I want to get paid and what I think I should get paid is pretty close to what I get paid anywhere I go. And, you know, there are times where budgets don't allow necessarily what you want, and there are budgets, you know, that are going to be able to say, okay, sure, I'll give you this much. But what drives me crazy is these girls who have done nothing at all with their gig to say that I won't work for less than this. I won't work for free. Bitch, you will work for what I give you or you won't work, period. Bottom line. Example. Girls who don't have their own hair, don't have their own costumes, can barely paint their own face, who say, I'm not working for less than $30. Well, bitch, then sit your happy ass at home. It just annoys me. When I first started, okay, here it is. When I first started, I was using all of Scarlett's costumes. I was using all of Scarlett's hair. Scarlett was fixing my face because God knows I didn't fucking know how to paint. And Bella was throwing me money when she had some left over, which was good because I got to hold on to that money, and that money went back into buying new makeup and buying my own hair and buying my own costumes and all of that. And then it built up to what it is now. And I feel like, you know, it was nice that I got something. But what was I really bringing? And here's what a lot of girls don't understand. I don't care that you're new and you need a place to start and yada, yada, yada. There are open stages. There are places you can go to perform. Bella Dolce, myself, we will allow pretty much anybody, if you want to jump in and at least do a number. If you come and you at least look presentable, you can do a number. But don't bark and complain to people that you're not working if you don't get paid. Everybody has to earn their rights. Everybody has to earn their dues. And my biggest thing is this. Don't come to a bar or don't go to a show director and ask for a booking for a bar you don't support. That's my biggest thing. You know, it's everybody thinks there's this big war between the doc and main event. I don't give a fuck. What they do over there is what they do over there. It's not my business. But my thing is, don't come to me as an entertainer and ask me to book you on a Friday night if I never see you at the bar throughout the week, throughout the weekend, anything like that. If you want to work at the bar, you're going to support the bar, period. It's how it is. You know, even girls who are cast members at the doc, who are there every Friday or who are there a lot of Fridays, they still make an appearance at main event. And so, yeah, they'll work on Saturdays when, you know, since the doc doesn't have a show, they'll work. You know, I have a show every Friday at main event. I can't support the doc because my night's the same night as theirs. But before I had Fridays, when I was working every other Friday at main event with Adriana, I was at the doc every alternate Friday that I wasn't at main event. Same thing at Cabaret. I would go to Cabaret pretty much every Thursday. If I wasn't booked on a Saturday, I'd be there pretty much every Saturday. Because if you want to work somewhere, you need to show that show director that you support their bar. And when you're there, you build friendships with the people that are in the crowd. You build relationships with those queens. So that way, there's an incentive. Because girls, listen, I don't care how good an entertainer you are. At the end of the day, I keep my show based on whether or not the bar makes money. So, if I book a booger who has 500 friends, that 100 of which are going to come out and drink, I'm going to book the booger over somebody who, yeah, you might have a sickening mug, you might have some cute costumes, but you're boring and nobody wants to see you. Sorry, not sorry. It's just how it works. Being a queen is not just about looking the part. Being a queen is not just about having friends that will come out. Being a queen is about the full package. Have a mug, have some hair, have some costumes, have some entertainment value on stage. Bring a complete package. Nails, hairspray, a brush for your hair would probably be a good idea. some pussy spray, because you might look like a woman, but if you walk up to me smelling like a dude, I'm going to know there's a problem. Bring a complete package, bring a crowd, bring your best, and support my bar. And you'll work. And I'll pay you. But don't ever feel obligated. Don't ever feel like you are... Don't ever feel like it is my responsibility to pay you. I don't have to. Period. If I book you, I'll pay you. But don't say that, contact me and say, hey, can I do a couple numbers? Sure, you can jump in. Didn't say I was paying you. It's a hot spot. Do your hot spot. Pay your dues, and you will make your money. The rest of us had to do it, so do you. On that note, I am Misty Phoenix, signing off. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Mwah.